Welcome to the birthplace of all estarlis. Here we've got the estarli e20, and the purpose of this video is to give you a quick run through of all of its features. As you can see behind me, we've got a few estarlis being built. We've got Simon building an e16.7, and we've got Keith working on a second stage build of an e28. Back to the e20. So here, if we start at the handlebar, we'll just show you through some of the features that we can see up here. So we've got our standard brake levers. These are e-bike stop brakes, which just means that they will cut the power as soon as the brake lever is touched. Come across to here, we've got our Shimano 7-speed mechanical gear system. So this uses a derailleur, which we'll show you in a minute. You push up to go down through the gears, and then you press this button to come back up through the gears. So in simple terms, as you're riding uphill, you might want to push that away from you. And as you're going down the hills or along the straights, you just press the plus button to bring the gears back up. We have quite a lot of adjustments on here as well, so you can actually rotate the handlebar just to suit yourself and your comfort. And you can adjust the height as well to match you. So we can adjust all the way up to this point here, and we can adjust all the way down to that point there. And this is simply adjusted through a quick release lever that you just pull back into place, like so. And then finally coming through to the controller. So to turn the bike on, you hold down the power button. We've got 5 power assist modes, but we start in 0, so this is no assist at all. This is just like normal bike mode. And we can go all the way through up to level 5, 5 being maximum assist, and level 1 being minimum assist. There are some other functions in here, such as the front headlight, which we can turn on, like so. And we have other modes like the walk assist, which is designed to just get you going, perhaps if you're at the brow of a hill, or if you're just pushing the bike next to you and you don't feel like putting much effort in. So we've got a Pro specification of the bike here, and the Pro basically means that we've got the mud guards and the rear pannier rack that we'll come to in a second. We've also got the Schwalbe Billy Bonkers tyres on here, so not the puncture protection tyres. These are the Billy Bonker tan walls, and we think it's a really nice colour combination with this bike. Through the centre of the wheel, we've got our disc brake, so it's a 160mm rotor, and here we've got our mechanical caliper along with our folding magnet plate. So you may have noticed that the seat post on this bike is a little bit thicker than your average seat post, and the reason for that is because this is where we keep the battery. It's a great position in the frame, it offers a good centre of gravity, and it's also incredibly convenient. So I'm just going to demonstrate removing the seat post battery for you. You can charge it in situ on the bike, as we are. You simply unscrew the connector at the bottom, remove it from the bike, release the quick release clamp, and voila, the seat post is removed. Now, this connector underneath has a reinforced plate. This means that this allows the bike to sit on this plate when in the folded position without catching that cable. And this cable is elasticated and coiled in a way that it won't catch anything underneath the bike. It's designed to live above the height of the chainring and the crank. For charging, we simply charge through our seat post up here. And we've got 2 options of charger. We have a 240 volt charger that comes with the bike, but there's also an option of a 12 volt system charger that you may want to use in your camper van, perhaps if you're off grid or using solar. So last couple of points about the seat post. We've got our rear light that's attached to it. Now this is an independent light, it's LED, it works on batteries. They should last a long time because it's a very low consumption LED light. Simply turn it on and off with its own switch just through here. And then our saddle. So the saddle is a standard saddle mount. It's using a rail system, so you can adjust the tilt and the position of the saddle, which will increase or decrease the reach of the bike. But we're quite often asked, is this saddle changeable? And yes, it is. It's a universal seat post, a universal attachment. So most universal rail saddles will work with this bike. Okay, let's get things reattached. You might notice this bulge here on the bike. This is actually where the controller lives. So this is where the brains of the bike live, if you will. Our display on our handlebar comes back to here, and that's why we were plugging the battery in underneath. You'll also see on the other side of the bike, there is a cable, if you can see through there, that goes from the controller to the rear wheel, and it has a connection in the center of it. This connection is a quick release connection on the cable. You can simply pull apart, and what that means is if you're unfortunate enough to get a puncture, it's a really simple operation to take the rear wheel off, swap the tyre out, change the inner tube and put it back on again. So here we have our mechanical derailleur. So this is for the mechanical gears that we talked about a bit earlier on. So I'll just show you it in operation. So as you can see, if we're going up the hills, we'll be pushing that down through the gears. Like so seven gears on this bike, which means you should be able to cover pretty much all the terrain you need to. A really nice feature of the Pro as well is the pannier rack on the back here. So this is rated to 25 kilos, and it's a universal design, so it's compatible with most pannier bags and pannier rack systems. So for example, you can put a dog basket on here, or maybe a shopping basket, or even a child or toddler's seat. Here comes the exciting bit. So we're going to do a fold. So I normally start at the front, so I normally go to the handlebars. You can drop the handlebar down if you want to, but you don't really need to, and I tend not to. First of all, we have the quick release lever here at the front, so we remove our safety catch, drop our folding lever, and then down goes the handlebar to sit alongside your fork there. I then move on to the seat post, which drops down like so. And we can then move into the pedals. So to fold the pedal, you simply push it in and twist, push in and twist. And actually in this half folded state, it's quite a nice opportunity just to show you a good way to transport the bike. So with the handlebars down and the seat down, the bike is really easy to maneuver and carry. So if you're perhaps going up and down steps, or you need to move it around, perhaps in your house, you don't have the width of the handlebars, you've got quite a compact item with a really nice balanced weight. So here's the final part of the fold. So we release our safety catch and then our main frame folding lever. Pop the stand up at the back and simply bring the bike around. Connect the two magnets together at the back to hold it in place, and voila, there is our folded bike. Okay, so that's a closer look at the e20. I hope you found it useful. If there is anything that you feel we've missed, or you've got any more questions, we've got a great team of customer support agents here who'll be happy to help with any of your inquiries.